Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the main news on Camnet TV, coming to you live on Topstar channel 106 on Camstream app. We are also streaming live on Facebook, Camnet TV, as well as on our YouTube channel, Camnet TV. Here are the top stories in our news tonight. Political alliances in Zambia crucial but flawed. OIV. ZAM applauds government's economic vision in 2026 budget. President HICHILEMA signs off local content law to empower Zambians in the mining sector. In international news, Israel and Hamas agree to first phase of peace deal. And in sports news, under-17 women's squad get FIFA integrity induction. I will be back with the details shortly after this break. Keep watching.
Are you looking for a reliable and efficient courier company with international standards? Then let UBZ Courier, your trusted partner in swift and secure deliveries, be your ultimate choice. Whether it's a small package or a hefty consignment, UBZ Courier handles it all, locally and internationally. Our modern call center ensures personalized attention for every client. For seamless deliveries within Zambia and beyond, trust UBZ Courier. Call us now on +260 763 062 680 or visit us at plot number 15 Mwapona Road, Woodlands, Lusaka, Zambia. UBZ Courier, a world-class brand that can be trusted.
With the news in detail, my name is Sylvia Zulu. Operation Young Vote (OIV) has highlighted the crucial role political party alliances play in the country's democratic landscape. However, speaking to Camnet News interview today, OIV Executive Director Ges Nyirenda expressed concerns that these alliances often compromise and undermine their collective strength. Mr. Nyirenda attributed the failure of political alliances in Zambia to several factors, including personal and ego clashes among members. He stated that the lack of humility to be led as politicians has continued to make political alliances fail. He further noted that the absence of clear ideologies informing these alliances has led to political distress and betrayal among politicians. Mr. Nyirenda said that weak internal structures within the alliances were also cited as a significant reason for their failure. He emphasized that the timing of formation of these alliances often contributes to their demise. He advised political parties to have a common agenda if they have to succeed as an alliance.
Note that political party alliances are very important in our political landscape as Zambia, and they are quite inevitable in moving our democracy forward. However, we note again on the other hand that political party alliances fail and their inability to be effective and formidable. They actually compromise their collective they compromise and undermine their collective strength. As Operation Young Vote would like to share and note some of the key fundamental reasons why political party alliances have tended to fail in our jurisdiction. Number one, it's the issue of personal and leadership ego clashes. The personalities and leadership, they clash because most of our politicians have an ego, thinking that it is them and no one else. So that particular issue is where one doesn't want to be under someone because they think it is their time. Now, you cannot be a leader if you cannot be led, and that principle is actually well grounded everywhere and anywhere. We also note that there's lack of ideologies in these political groupings. People form political parties just because they want to oppose. There is no ideology, there is no philosophy behind what they want to do or how they want to serve the Zambian people.
President Hakainde Hichilema has authorized the Minister of Finance to sign a new local content statutory instrument, SI, that will make it mandatory for mining companies operating in Zambia to award contracts to local suppliers and contractors. Speaking when he officially opened the Zambia Mining Investment Insaka, ZAMI, at the Mulungushi International Conference Center, President Hichilema said the law is designed to empower Zambians to participate more meaningfully in the mining value chain and to promote a stronger sense of partnership between the government and mining investors. President Hichilema said the local content framework will ensure that Zambians are not bystanders in their own resource wealth, adding that these will give local contractors and suppliers a fair share of opportunities arising from mining activities. The head of state said mining must play a greater role in funding social and economic programs, noting that Zambia's vast mineral wealth should contribute directly to the provision of free education, healthcare, and other social services.
I hereby authorize you to sign the local content. You have the authority. On behalf of this economy, suppliers, contractors, today, that long-awaited piece of legislation in the name of a statutory instrument will be signed. Two cautionary notes around it. One, please investors, local, wherever you come from, this is not negative to you. This embeds the perception of ownership of your mine, your business, by others in the name of suppliers and contractors. So they will see your mine, our mine, as their mine as well. And they will not want anyone to damage it. If somebody is stealing some bolts and nuts underground there to create a weakness, these suppliers and contractors, I bet, will say, nobody will do something to damage this mine because I depend on this mine for my business. Share of the business. I want to encourage you that this is a good thing. It helps our growth agenda. It also embeds partnership, true sense of partnership, and takes away the perception of them against us. I must whisper to you that nobody will tell you that in the way I'm telling you now. I sit with African presidents, and they whisper this issue over and over, that they want more from their God-given assets.
The Zambia Association of Manufacturers, ZAM, applauded the 2026 national budget presented by Minister of Finance and National Planning Stumbekom Sokotwane under the theme Consolidating Economic and Social Gains Towards a Prosperous, Resilient and Equitable Zambia. ZAM President Ashu Saga said while the manufacturing sector grew by 2.3% in 2024 and contributed 9.5% to the GDP, the highest it has been since the 1990s, this remains well below the targeted 36.1% contribution by 2030. Mr. Saga said the 2026 budget provides encouragement measures that, if effectively implemented, will accelerate industrialization and broaden Zambia's economic base. He praised the rising of the turnover tax threshold to 2,500 kwacha and reducing late payment penalties from 5% to 0.5%, which will ease compliance pressures and improve cash flow for small businesses. Mr. Saga observed that the upward revision of the tax-exempt threshold and increased allocation to empowerment funds are welcome. He, however, stressed that affordable finance and timely disbursements remain essential to translate these measures into tangible growth.
In the budget, we've seen some positive moves in terms of especially protecting local industry. We looked at what's happening with the milk, the surtaxes, the steel industry, float glass. We've also seen positive moves in terms of the allowing of vehicles in CKD form to come in duty-free and be assembled. I think that's a big game changer. We've been lobbying for it for about 3 years now, and it creates a principle, I think, for a wider range. Even tomorrow we might look at it for electrical appliances. We may look at it where the assembly industry becomes a subsector that is concentrated on in terms of bringing new employment to manufacturing. It was always ignored a little bit, and now I think the direct move, at least on vehicles, will allow us to create a stepping stone for using the assembly industry in various sectors as a job creator.
Family Development Initiatives FDI team leader Sheikh Yusuf Ayami has welcomed the slight reduction in the cost of living reported in the September 2025 Basic Needs and Nutrition Basket BNNB by the Jesuit Center for Theological Reflection JCTR. JCTR figures show a decrease in the average monthly cost for a family of 5 in Lusaka from 11,432 kwacha 17 ingwe in August to 11,289 kwacha 98 ingwe in September. Sheikh Ayami acknowledged JCT's consistent efforts in highlighting the realities faced by ordinary households and commended the organization for its evidence-based advocacy. The Muslim faith leader described the development as encouraging and a sign that ongoing efforts to stabilize the economy are beginning to bear fruit. He noted, however, JCT's observation that rising prices for essential proteins such as kapenta, beef and beans continue to strain households' budgets and pose risks to nutritional security.
This therefore then speaks to the need for government to sustain whatever they are doing in terms of improving the economy, so that then we can have a resilient but also an inclusive economy. And this can happen through if we are able to support our farmers to produce even much more food, but also expand the social protection program, whilst at the same time empowering SMEs. Once we do that, not only are we going to help families to survive, but also they are going to thrive. As family development initiatives, we reiterate our commitment to work with government and other civil society organizations to ensure that we've got a family-centered development approach that is inclusive but enables families to access incomes, but also the basic needs that they need in order for them to lead a dignified life.
The Office of the Public Protector joins the global ombudsman community in commemorating the International Ombudsman Day, which falls on Thursday, 9th October 2025, under the theme Empowering Voices, Resolving Challenges. In a statement issued today, Senior Public Relations Officer in the Office of the Public Protector, Rebecca Hazela, said the International Ombudsman Day is an annual event observed on the second Thursday of October and serves as an opportunity to raise awareness about the important role of ombudsman institutions in promoting fairness, accountability, and good governance in public administration. Mr. Hazela stated that in line with this year's theme, the public protector has expressed concern over the growing levels of uncollected garbage in various parts of the country, particularly in markets, compounds, and the Lusaka Central Business District CBD.
The Office of the Public Protector joins the world in commemorating the International Ombudsman Day, which falls today, Thursday, 9th October 2025, under the theme, Ombuds, Empowering Voices, Resolving Challenges. This annual event is observed every second Thursday of October and serves as an opportunity to raise awareness about the important role ombudsman institutions play in promoting fairness, accountability, and good governance in public administration. In line with this year's theme and the mandate of the Public Protector, we wish to express our concern over the growing levels of uncollected garbage in various parts of the country, especially in markets, compounds, and Lusaka's central business district. We therefore call upon the Lusaka City Council and other local authorities to take immediate action to ensure that garbage is collected and that compounds and trading places are kept clean. In that regard, we wish to reaffirm the Office of the Public Protector's commitment to providing individuals with a safe and confidential platform to speak up and to be heard and seek redress for concerns related to administrative inefficiencies within state institutions.
The Zambia Police Service says Chilenje Police Station is investigating a case in which 2 male suspects were found in possession of property believed to have been stolen or unlawfully obtained. In a statement issued today, Police Public Relations Officer Ray Hamonga said on 8 October 2025, at around 15 hours, Chilenje Police Station received a phone call from members of the public reporting a road traffic accident, RTA, along Lilai Road at Two Sisters Junction. He stated that the accident occurred at about 14:40 hours and involved a black Mercedes-Benz registration number ALP 3497 and a Toyota Allion which had double number plates affixed at the rear. The top plate ALP 7239 suspected to be fake and the original BCD 3360 ZM grey in color. Mr. Hamonga said the suspicious conduct of the occupants of the Toyota Allion prompted members of the public to apprehend 2 male suspects who were later identified as Lazarus Chiwe, aged 21, of Garden Compound, and Stephen Kasonde, aged 20. Upon searching them, officers recovered 7 smartphones and 1 small stylus phone without a battery.
The Zambia Police Service wishes to inform the public that Chilenje Police Station is investigating a case in which 2 male suspects were found in possession of property believed to have been stolen or unlawfully obtained. On the 8th of October 2025, at around 15 hours, Chilenje Police Station received a phone call from members of the public reporting a road traffic accident along Lilai Road at Two Sisters Junction. The accident occurred at about 14:40 hours and involved a black Mercedes-Benz registration number ALP 3497 and a Toyota Allion which had double number plates affixed at the rear. The top number plate was ALP 7239, suspected to be fake, and the original number plate was BCD 3360 ZM grey in color. The suspicious conduct of the occupants of the Toyota Allion prompted members of the public to apprehend 2 male suspects who were later identified as Lazarus Chiwe, age 21, of Garden Compound, and Stephen Kasonde, age 20. Upon searching them, officers recovered 7 smartphones and 1 small stylophone without a battery. The recovered items are an Infinix light green in color, Techno gray in color, Samsung gold in color, Techno Pop gray in color, Samsung black in color, Infinix hot blue in color, Infinix light blue in color, and a stylophone green in color without a battery. Preliminary investigations indicate that some of the recovered phones have been stolen from different parts of Lusaka. Some individuals who claim to have lost their phones have since contacted the police and are expected to report today, the 9th of October 2025 at 08 hours for identification purposes. The Toyota Allion bearing double number plates has since been towed and secured at Chilenje Police Station for further forensic examination. The Zambia Police Service commends members of the public for their alertness and cooperation in this matter. We further appeal to anyone who may have recently lost their mobile phones through snatching or circumstances similar to Chilenje to visit Chilenje Police Station and assist with identification of the recovered items.
This is the main news on Camnet TV. We now take a set of commercials. I will be back with some international stories as well as sports news. Keep watching.
Enjoy the benefits of an instant loan with us ranging from 1,000 kwacha to 750,000 kwacha paid express once collateral is viewed, valued and verified. Call us on 0763 595 359 or 0779 432 993. Classified Financial Express, here as your financial friend.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. In international news, a significant breakthrough in Egypt has raised hopes of ending the two-year war in Gaza that claimed over 67,000 lives and triggered a devastating humanitarian crisis. U.S. President Donald Trump announced that Israel and Hamas have agreed to the first phase of a peace plan, which includes a pause in fighting and the release of hostages and prisoners. Israel's cabinet is expected to vote on the ongoing soon. Key issues remain unresolved, including whether Hamas will disarm and who will govern Gaza post-conflict. Under the current deal, Hamas will release all 20 living hostages in the coming days. In return, the Israel military will withdraw from most of Gaza, marking the most concrete step towards de-escalation since the war began. Here is a roundup of international news.
A breakthrough in Egypt. US President Donald Trump announces Israel and Hamas have agreed to the first phase of a peace plan, which includes a pause in fighting and the release of some hostages and prisoners. Families in Tel Aviv are overwhelmed with hope. I can't explain what I'm feeling. It's crazy. I don't know what I'll say to him or what I'll do. I will hug him, kiss him, and just tell him I love him, and that's it. To see his eyes looking into my eyes, to see him hugging his sisters, Shani and Natalie. The news also sinking in across Gaza. After 2 years of war, 67,000 people have been killed and famine is spreading. Details of the peace deal remain unclear, but for paramedic Saeed Awad, it's the first real sign of hope in a long time. For sure, it's a feeling of joy. We've been in this war and in this suffering for 2 years. As soon as we heard the news, we didn't believe it because we were so happy. We had to ask for confirmation. Now we wait for the deal to come into effect so that this war and this suffering and ethnic cleansing in Gaza ends.
Israel's cabinet is expected to vote, and after that we're going to have a more clear timeline as to what happens next. But there are still a lot of uncertainties about this deal. It's unclear if Hamas will disarm, a key Israeli demand. It's also unclear who will govern Gaza the day after. But this is a major breakthrough after 2 years of war.
The deal will see Hamas release all 20 living hostages in the coming days, while the Israeli military will begin a withdrawal from the majority of Gaza. The United Nations is preparing to slash its global peacekeeping force, cutting up to 14,000 troops and police from missions worldwide. It follows major US funding reductions under President Trump's renewed America First policy. A senior UN official confirmed a 25% drawdown in personnel and a 15% budget cut affecting missions in hotspots like Congo, South Sudan, Lebanon and Somalia. The US, the largest single contributor to UN peacekeeping, has cut its commitment from $1 billion to $680 million, saying it won't fund bloated and redundant programs without full review. Ambassador Mike Waltz says the US wants the UN to get back to basics. The cuts come as UN peacekeeping faces its biggest overhaul in decades. Since the 1990s, missions have grown from 11,000 to over 100,000 at their peak. Today, about 52,000 peacekeepers operate across 11 conflict zones. Some light at the end of the tunnel for southern Congo. The World Health Organization says an Ebola outbreak in Kasai province is showing signs of being contained. As of October 5th, it's been 10 days with no new cases, a milestone the WHO says could mean transmission is now under control. Since the outbreak was declared on September 4th, Congo has reported 64 cases, 53 confirmed, and 43 deaths. It's the region's first Ebola outbreak in 18 years. Early challenges from funding gaps to poor access hampered the Ebola response, but better logistics, including airlifts and clinic decontamination, have slowed the spread. Still, the WHO warns nearly 2,000 contacts are being tracked, and just one missed case could trigger a resurgence.
The Zambia Under-17 Women National Team were inducted by the FIFA Integrity Committee ahead of the World Cup, which kicks off on 17th October. FIFA designated Zambian legal expert Lombe Mbalashi to induct the Copper Princesses, with focus hanging on the importance of integrity in football. The discussion centered on safeguarding the game from match manipulation and fixing, encouraging players to uphold honesty, fairness and transparency both on and off the pitch. Zambia is in Group F with Japan, New Zealand and Paraguay. The Copper Princesses are currently in Casablanca on a 14-day pre-tournament camp where they will play some friendly matches as part of the refining process. Well, that's it for our main news tonight. Here is a recap of the stories making headlines. Political alliances in Zambia crucial but flawed, or YV. ZAM applauds government's economic vision in 2026 budget. President HICHILEMA signs off local content law to empower Zambians in the mining sector. In international news, Israel and Hamas agree to first phase of peace deal. And in sports news, Under-17 women's squad gate FIFA integrity induction. We now look at the Camnet verse for the day, coming from the book of Psalms 133 verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you have been catching us live on Topstar, channel 106 on Kenstream app. We are also streaming live on Facebook, Camnet TV, as well as on our YouTube channel, Camnet TV. My name is Sylvia Zulu. Good night and God bless you all.